everybody. This is Stuart Jean here from Musicians Institute, Hollywood, California, for Drum Magazine. We are digging into our third video on odd meter. This lesson is going to focus on an amazing song by Steve Vai called The Attitude Song off of his first album, Flexible. Chris Frazier is the drummer on this tune, Attitude Song. The song is in 4/4. I know we're talking odd meter, but the riff, the overall riff of the song is in 7/8. Basically a guitar. Down 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 down. So it's a grouping of 7/8 over 4/4. And the song has sections that are completely in 4/4 as well. So again, like I've been doing in these videos, I'm not going to play a transcription of this whole entire song. I like to whittle it down to like, what can I use to practice? So what I've done is made a loop that's a 4-bar pattern that has, and the last 2 beats of on the 4th bar of the loop has a little turnaround phrase, so you know where you're at, and you can come back to the beginning. You know, when you're in a band and you're working on odd meter parts, as a drummer, there's a lot of things you can do. You have a lot of ideas. And I think, you know, what happened on this song is the drummer decided, I've got a lot of ideas. I'm going to use them all because it'll help change the song. Because that riff, bump, 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 to bump, 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 to bump, 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 it does get a little redundant. So creating different textures on the drums really changes the whole thing. So the first time around, you can check out the song on your own and really hear what happens. But what I'm going to do is just play in 4/4 on top of it. And that's great for you as a player because you're hearing this changing rhythm in basically a different time signature than you're playing. You know, Bonham did this a lot too. He just hammer 4/4 through a lot of these kind of odd sections in Zeppelin songs. But it's really fun because it helps you subdivide and it helps you stick to your pattern and what you're laying down. So it actually will help your groove in general. So let's mess around with that first. We'll get 4 clicks in, and I'm just going to play a simple, 1 and 3 on the kick, 2 and 4 on the snare. Then I might mess around with it a little bit and get a little funkier. We'll see. But let's try it. Here we go. Okay, you get the idea on that one. So a lot of fun there. You just have to stick to your guns and subdivide. And subdivide 16th notes, big time. But later in the song, the drummer changes from that 4/4 pattern to playing in double time. So we're still 1, 2, 3, 4. But now the backbeat, he's going to go to like a double time feel. So the snare drum's going to be on the upbeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, like that. And the bass drum pattern is now going to match that 7/8 riff, bass and guitar riff that's going over it. So check this out. Okay, you get the idea. Really changes the song. So now let's try going back between those 2 ideas. All right, let's check this out. So the 4/4 groove under it, and now the double time 7/8. Let's try it. idea that you hear on this song is now going more into the 7/8. Hi-hat's going to stay in the 4/4, but then the bass drum and snare drum are going to cop that, make it more syncopated and play the boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, and sort of break that pattern up. It'll be the more difficult of the three ideas here, but let's check that out. Okay, pretty nifty there. So I guess the practice thing to do here would be to go between all three, maybe 2 times on each idea. So you have the 4/4 under the 7/8, the 2 and 4 snare backbeat, and then you have the double time where the kick is playing the 7/8 riff. Then you have the syncopated between the kick and snare, or the hi-hat remaining in the 4/4. Let's try 2 times on each one. Cool. We can do a lot with that. That's a lot of fun. And that's, again, just scratching the surface of this amazing song. But it's a great way for you to realize, if I have multiple ideas in a song, I mean, most odd meter music like this is allowing a drummer to kind of push the envelope and do what they want, and be super creative. So if you have multiple ideas, throw them all out, figure out a way to blend them together, and come up with your own ideas. So enjoy it, everyone, and have fun with that. Thank you.